the fence.
Oh, and a goal.
Walking in front of him, he's inside the 10.
Oh, blocked from behind.
Cut off the glass, but no problem at all.
Tip, one for the cradle.
He got locked up.
One guy that's got an angle on it, and he cuts back on it. Damn ball! And Cravat couldn't grab a ball. He's fly to right field against the wind. It's out of here. Carries it. We're tied at 19.
Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome to Mason High School, the site of tonight's game between two perennial GMC powers, the Lakota West Firebirds and the Mason Comets. I'm Dave Buffenbarger, and with me tonight is Eric Bishop. Eric, once again, two great teams here at Mason. On Friday night, we had an amazing game between Lakota East and Mason. Tonight, I expect much of the same between the Mason Comets and the Lakota West Firebirds. What are your thoughts on Friday night's game, and lead us into the start of this game?
I'll tell you what, Friday night was super exciting, super close game as we expected it. Comets were fortunate to put 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the 7th. Heroically got a walk-off there by Zoe Bishop at the end to end the game. Scored 3-2 against Lakota East. I'm expecting another really, really close battle here against Lakota West tonight. The matchup here with Lakota West, the conversation has to start with their shortstop, number 6, Allie Cummins. I'm sorry, number 11, Allie Cummins, the senior. Akron commit, she's been just absolutely tearing it up, both defensively and offensively. She's going to be a major threat that the Comets are going to have to work around. Beyond that, the Lakota West has 8 other amazing players. Right now they're at the top of the GMC, and I think this battle right here and tomorrow's battle against Lakota West at West, both of those will, I think, determine the GMC title.
It's a big 2 games for these teams. As you mentioned, Lakota West is in the conference 7-0, 8-1 overall. Mason's in second place at 6-0, half game behind, 9-1 overall. Both teams returning a lot of players. Both of them lost their pitchers and catchers from last year, but as you mentioned, strong in every other position with a lot of returning players. We're getting ready to get started here. Katie DeBoard once again on the mound for the Comets. Her first pitch comes in, and we're going to get a read on these umpires. Delayed reaction again tonight for strike 1. Again, as we mentioned, we have Katie pitching for the Comets, and the first batter for Lakota is Casey Bramble, another returning player. I've seen that name there at West for at least a year, so experience in the leadoff slot for the West, and I would imagine that probably will continue down their lineup. So we start off 1-1 here. I expect another close game as you do. It was 2-0 going into the bottom of the 7th last Friday against Lakota East when Mason exploded for 3 runs, and I think there was only 1 out when that happened. So it was an exciting, if you're a Mason Comet fan, an exciting 7th inning. And again, we don't know if we're going to have the drama like that here again tonight, but I do expect a tight game and a well-played game. You also, Eric, mentioned Allie Cummins. I talked to her dad before. He was telling him Allie is just a physical presence. And he didn't agree with me, but I said, Allie's one of those players that all she has to do is walk across the field, and college coaches want to offer her scholarship. So an impressive player. We'll see her bat. Talk to Coach Muff. I think we may see them pitch around Allie a little bit tonight. We'll find out as the game progresses.
Yeah, I think it depends on the situation. There's a foul back there. Take it to full count. But yeah, we're going to see how this plays out. I think the coaches probably have some situational things that they'll do depending on what's happening. Maybe they pitch to her, maybe they pitch around her. So will be exciting to find out what happens. So here we are, 3-2 count, no outs, top of the first with Casey Bramble, the left fielder, the junior left fielder at the plate. And Dave, you want to go through the rest of the lineup for Lakota West?
Casey's batting .448 on the season, so obviously a good hitter with that average. Another foul off by Casey, and yeah, the rest of the lineup. Casey Bramble will lead off and play left. Alyssa Triner played third base, bat second. Then we have Allie Cummins at shortstop, followed by Lauren Betts in center field. Cam Wesley will play first base, another big hitter. Jenna Harris is your designated player. Will hold for a second from the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for the Comets. With that in mind, we had the same situation on Friday night where a lot of the first runners got on base freeze, but Mason was able to manage that well and keep them from scoring, at least in the early innings.
Yeah, Lakota East left a lot of runners on base throughout the course of that game, but it was just solid defense by the Comets. Now, defensively tonight, they're set up the same way they were against Lakota East. All of the regular starters in all the positions, with the exception of second base, where you featured Sydney Carter, again, the same way they did on Tuesday night. So that combination appeared to have worked to the coach's eye. Outfield, all seniors, the same way they have all season, and a big shot foul here.
Over the football field
again. So out defensively for the Comets, Zoe Bishop in left, Olivia Popovich in center, and Abby Mullins in right. You have Tori O'Brien at third, Allie Weekly at short, Sydney Carter at second base, and Elena Harrison at first. We got a steal, and the ball thrown into the center field, backed up here by Olivia Popovich. And already here with no outs, top of the first, Lakota West has runners in scoring position. Behind the plate tonight for Mason is Grace Rieger, the junior. So that lines you up for Mason defensively.
Alyssa Triner's batting, number 5, or she's playing third base. Alyssa Triner, number 9 for West. And DeBoer coming out a little bit uncharacteristic of her. Not hitting, the plate, and she's really, from a standpoint of hitting her spots, very good. So leadoff walk, 3-1 count, and there for strike 2 and another full count.
Yeah, DeBoer makes a nice pitch here on the inside, runs the river here, and brings a count to 2-2. Nobody out, runner in scoring position on second base, and a high ball there for the walk. And here early on, with Allie Cummins up to bat, no outs, runners on first and second. Let's see what the Mason coaches elect to do here. Are they going to pitch to her? Are they going to walk around? Looks like they're going to pitch to her. Allie Cummins with amazing power. I've seen her blasted probably further than I've seen any high school age player hit it before. We see her often in the summer leagues. She's a member of the Ohio Hawks Hutchinson team. She played for years for the Lasers Purple, and takes ball 2. The board certainly is going to work the corners here. I don't think she's going to give her anything right down the middle, Dave.
Sorry, I was helping there with a little audio visual here in the press box. But yeah, runners on first and second. Allie batting third in the lineup. And I am sure that both Katie DeBoer and Coach Muff didn't want to see this situation. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and facing Allie. Now, Katie is, as I mentioned, really good about hitting her spots. I'm sure they have a plan on where they want to attack Allie. And it looks like right now they're starting off on the outside of the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike, and honestly, this would load the bases with nobody out, but that's not necessarily a bad thing in this situation. 3-1 pitch on for strike 2.
For strike 2, yeah. Allie can really hurt you with the bat here, so like you said, walking her might not be the worst thing in the world, but it is dangerous with nobody out to load the bases here. So the 3-2 offering, and it's poked in center field. That's going to score. Scramble around the side. Oh, big play to closer than I thought there at home, but Allie Cummins with the leadoff single. She's going to advance to second. Runner comes in, and all of a sudden, with nobody out, Lakota West up 1-0 on the Comets.
I went over to watch West and East play the other night. West started off the same way against East. Started off big in the first inning. Captured a quick lead, and then obviously kind of coasted to the finish. So they appear to be a team that gets off to a fast start, as they are here tonight. Lauren Betts is the batter for West, and she pops one up in the infield. There's some confusion there.
And this is going to score a run. That error was very, very costly. Ball's up in the air, spinning around. Lena Harrison tries to make a play on it and just can't bring it down. That's a tough play coming over from first base.
Well, you have the pitcher that it looked like she initially called it, and then Elena came on and took it, which is not abnormal for softball, for the first baseman, the third baseman, or even the shortstop in some cases, to call off the pitcher to make that play. But there was confusion. It appeared that nobody called it right away. From here, we can't hear what they're saying on the field. But certainly untimely error for the Comets to give up 2 runs here in the first inning when they had an easy out.
I'm sure the Comets know how important this game is for GMC in league play. Maybe they've come out a little bit nervous, a little bit shaky here out of the gates. Let's see if they Coach Muff can calm them down. She's in there talking to them about just keeping your composure in a situation like this. I mean, you're going to have runners here on second, third, still no outs. I guess she's telling them, hey, calm down. Let's just get some outs here.
This is going to bring up Cam Wesley to the plate. Number 19, Cam Wesley's playing first base, and Cam is a Wright State recruit, and Cam can also hit the ball. So we'll see how Katie DeBoer can work here with nobody out. And there's a easy grounder to the infield to home. They have Allie Cummins in a rundown, and they're going to tag her out.
We hope.
This is going
Still
to be
going
a
back
speed
and forth now.
situation
She's out.
here.
She's called out here, and the runner on second, was able to retreat back. So we finally get an out here and prevent the run from scoring. So heads up play by Tori O'Brien here on third.
That's the right play. I mean, a lot of people don't have the calmness in that situation to look, check the runner. Tori has a good arm. She's a confident player. She's only a sophomore, but she started her entire freshman year, so she knows what's going on. You can see the replay there and the tag out. But Tori's certainly an experienced player and made the right decision there. Smart move. Now you have runners on first and second with 1 out. Seems to be a little more manageable for the Comets than what they had. So that puts Cam Wesley on first and Lauren Betts on second. We have 1 out, top of the first, 2-0 West. Jenna Harris, the designated player, is the batter. Jenna, number 8, designated player. She's hitting for the pitcher, number 10, Stephanie Maldonado. I'll finish out their lineup quickly. We had Jenna at DP, Hallie Garamati at catching, and Corey Corey Weaver, I'm sorry, playing right, with Taylor Williams playing second base and batting 9th. So again, back to Jenna Harris.
Yep. The board a little shaky early here. 3-0 counts. Oh, we got timeout here. The ball been thrown back by a fan. The foul ball that was hit into the football field there looks like a fan has just now thrown it back here.
We won't tease them too bad for throwing a ball into a live game. It looks like they're over there getting a workout.
Slight pause here. Now the 3-0 offering here.
And strike. Again, I really like Katie's pitching. We talked about it against East on Friday night. She hits her spots. She's a little bit off in this first inning, but she'll hit her spot. She'll come around and get stronger during the game. There's another one, inside corner. You see it work a little bit out, now in. We'll rarely go over the middle of the plate. We'll rarely have that mistake. And I don't see her control issue being something that continues throughout the game. 3-2 delivery. Hit up, foul ball in left field. Everybody moving on. You like to see that. Tori at third, Allie at short, Zoe at left, all moving.
Yeah, just not hit deep enough for Bishop to go get it. Would have been nice to have a little foul out there and bring us to 2 outs. But here we go, 3-2 count with 1 out.
Get it out there right now that the left fielder Zoe Bishop is the daughter of Eric.
Another pop fly, and Grace Rieger makes a nice play on the next pitch. But yeah, pop up here. We get Harris to pop up here for the 2nd out. Thankfully, and we got runners on first and second here with Haley Giamardi up, the freshman.
Now, I would say whatever Coach Buff said worked. Looked like they settled down, got their outs, made one timely defensive play. Katie battling back and getting that batter out on a pop-up in the infield. So obviously she got the batter to go after her pitch. We have 1-0, 2 outs, top of the first. All in side, 2-0.
The Comets haven't been down to start off the game very too often this season, but when they have, they've rallied back. At least made the game interesting. The one game they lost was to Lebanon, and that's in for a strike.
Yeah, looks like a change-up there. Frozer on a change-up.
Yeah, the one game they lost to Lebanon, they were rallying late, just couldn't get it done. And they've had a couple of other comeback wins here throughout the course of the season. So
I was talking to Daryl Cummins about that earlier. You know, the loss to Lebanon to me is a good thing. They got a chance to put their freshman pitcher out there against right now the #1 ranked team in the state. Lebanon, as of today, Lebanon ranked #1 in the state. Mason ranked 4th in the state. Both good teams, both talented throughout their lineups, and Mason had a chance to pitch their freshman in that game, and strike 3 on the batter, and we get out of that inning. Eric, I call that a win, giving up only 2 runs with that start. So
yeah, really, it's just a big hit by Allie Cummins there. The walks early are the ones that came back to haunt them. So thankfully they get out of that inning with just 2 runs on the board after putting some runners on. So yeah, Dave, you were talking earlier about the coaches poll here, the rankings for the state. You know, Lebanon #1, Perrysburg #2, Elyria #3, and Mason #4. Again, this is just a coaches poll, but if you look through the top 10, you don't see Lakota West here, which I think is some sort of an omission here, because Lakota West playing super tough and leading the GMC right now. You got to figure that they're going to be in the mix here when it comes the end of the season here for the state tournament.
yeah, I think some of that relates to who you play and who's voting and those types of things. And certainly I don't think this list will change drastically by the time the end of the season gets around here. I wouldn't be surprised to see West at the top at the end. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mason there. I wouldn't be surprised to see Lebanon there. All good teams that can make a run. They get a few breaks to go their way, and any of those 3 teams, along with the East, for that matter, can make a run into the top 10 and, you know, to the Final 4 up in Akron.
Yep, all these teams are dangerous for sure. So,
you know, we were talking the other night, we had some nice banter about the wind and blowing in. Tonight, I look at it, you can see the flag blowing right to left over toward left field, not blowing out, but kind of sideways. So my daughter, formerly a pitcher here at Mason High School, when the flag's blowing straight in, I loved it. Eric, daughter, power hitter, he wants to see the flag blowing out. Today, it's right in between us, brother. We got right to left and advantage no one.
Yeah.
Pitcher or hitter, I don't think.
No, I think it's pretty neutral. It just depends on the way the ball's hit, where it's spinning, and what's going on here. So to lead off for the Mason Comets here at the bottom of the first inning, #6, Tori O'Brien. And I'll go through the rest of the lineup here real fast. She'll be followed by Sydney Carter, then Elena Harrison in the 3 spot, Zoe Bishop batting 4th, Allie Wheatley in the 5th spot. Hannah Lee will be the DP in there batting for the pitcher, Katie DeBoard. Abby Mullins will bat 7th, Grace Rieger will bat 8th, and Olivia Popovich will bat 9th.
Again, in the flex position, you mentioned we have Katie DeBoard there pitching. Strike 1, swing at a rise ball. I watched Stephanie pitch against these. Stephanie's going to throw a high dose of rise balls, so she starts out with 2 rise balls and has O'Brien down 0-2. And she'll mix in that changeup quite a bit. So I think you'll see probably 70 to 80% of her pitches be either that rise ball or changeup. We'll see how that plays out here tonight. As I mentioned the other night, I expect Mason to score some runs. Veteran team, a number of good hitters. I'll be very surprised if 2 runs by West is enough to win this game. Again, we'll see how that plays out. That's no reflection upon Stephanie. It's more of a reflection of how I think about the Mason bats, and I think they'll make some things happen.
Yeah, so Tori O'Brien is kind of swinging away, slapping here defensively. You see Lakota West is playing the short game the way you'd expect that they would. They've got their second baseman and their shortstop in, and a lot closer to protect against the short ball and the bunt. They've got their third baseman up. In this situation, the Comets like to swing away and put a ball exactly right there in center field. And Tori O'Brien with a leadoff single. And the Comets already with the base runner here with no outs, bottom of the first. Let's see if they can answer Lakota's 2 runs.
As we mentioned, we have Stephanie Maldonado on the mound. Stephanie's been a travel ball player in the area, been with West, and this is her first year as the #1 at West. Megan Brandcamp, formerly the pitcher, held that down for a couple years. Stephanie's filling in nicely for West. I'm sure Coach Kastner was very happy with her effort against Lakota East the other day. So Mason uses a lot of slappers, as we talked about. I was walking in with Tori O'Brien's parents, Tim and Barb, and we were laughing. I said, these good teams, they can play that small, the bunt and the soft slap. And I like that, Mason this year has opened up their bats a little bit and allowed the slappers to power slap, and we can see that Sydney Carter, the batter now, has the ability to do that. Tori has the ability to do that. Poppy has the ability to do that down in the 9-hole, as does Abby Mullen. So Tori O'Brien catches the catcher sleeping and takes second on the steal.
Yeah, Sydney Carter in there with 1 ball, 2 strikes. You can see here, Lakota West has their defense set with a runner on first. They had Allie Cummins, the shortstop, back playing behind the line, which is where you'd expect her to be. And a swing and a miss for strikeouts for Sydney Carter, and 1 down for the Comets.
Yeah, see on that, they show that replay again, that you might be able to see this here. It looked like Sydney kind of veered out down the first base path there and was unable to cover the plate and get to that ball. I'm sure, I see your dad down here watching, I'm sure he saw that from his angle, and we'll coach her up on that. But Sydney will be back. She'll get some hits tonight, I'm sure of that.
The Comets looking for a big hit here out of the senior Elena Harrison. Runner on second base.
Elena's a 4-year starter for the Comets. One of those rare situations where she was able to come in as a freshman.
The ball gets away from the catcher, allows O'Brien to advance to third base, and here we go. We just need a little hit here out of Elena Harrison and plate this run. Get at least half the this deficit cut. 1 ball, 1 strike to Harrison.
I believe I may have misquoted that now that I think back. I always look at Elena as a 4-year starter, but I think she might have been a 3-year starter. But anyway, she started since she was a sophomore. Obviously has done a lot. Makes it seem like 4 years, but has done a lot for the Comets over the years. So I'm sure she's looking to step up here. There's the rise ball again. Stephanie's got the rise ball working, as I mentioned, and she was able to get Elena to swing and miss. So here we go. We have Zoe Bishop. We're going to give Eric time to set up his personal camera as he videotapes this. Zoe, excellent hitter, hits for power, hits for average. If you have somebody up there that's going to get it done, Zoe's that person. Zoe finished the game Friday night with a walk-off single against East to drive in 2 runs for the 3-2 win. He's up with 2 outs and starts off the count with 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, they're going to throw Zoe high and outside here in the first 2 pitches. Zoe smartly lays off. Let's see what they offer her now. Interesting enough, the Kastner coaches must have talked a little bit because East worked her outside as well. 3-0 now, the count on Bishop. But East worked her outside, and now we see them start off with 2 outside pitches. That last one was inside and up. Right down the middle on 3-0, make the count 3-1. Yeah, there's certain hitters, certain situations where you may say, hey, let's give the green light, but you know that ball's coming right in the middle. But Muff asking her to lay off of it, and a high ball for ball 4 puts Bishop on first base. So now we've got runners on first and third with 2 outs. Up stepping is to the batter's box, Allie Weekly, the junior. Allie's batting .467 on the season. Certainly upped her average over last year, hitting well. Always a tremendous defensive player, and we'll see her arm show up in the game later as well. Great glove, great arm. Yeah, I think so far we've seen that high percentage of rise balls and changeups out of Maldonado. Hey, if it works, if it ain't broke. There's a hit to left center field. Rounding second is Bishop. Betts comes up with the ball and gets it in. Weekly holds it first. We have 2 outs and a 2-1 ball game. A clutch hit by Allie Weekly there. And you know what? Allie didn't participate as much in the offense the other night against East, but what a big start here.
Yeah, Allie stepping up here in a pressure situation here just to keep that lead from getting out of control. Clutch hit here to left center. Puts O'Brien in. And Bishop on third with 2 outs. We got runners on first and third with Hannah Lee, the DP, stepping in here, batting again for Katie DeBoer.
Looked like another rise ball there from our angle here, and Stephanie will forgive me. I know Stephanie, she'll forgive me if that was a curveball that I can't tell from her. It looked like a rise ball up and out. And Hannah Lee swings at an inside pitch. I know Hannah likes the inside pitch. Hannah has some pop in her bat too. She's been hitting well of late. Picked it up big time at Friday Night Lights that Lebanon hosts last week. Had some great hits there, and don't make a mistake on Hannah Lee because she'll take it out.
Yeah, she was just absolutely on fire against Greenville, and looks like Allie Weekly's going to take second. Lakota West not going to worry about her. They're going to let her have second here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Big opportunity for Hannah here.
Way high.
Count now 3-1. We're going to call this a hitter's count, Eric.
Yeah, this is, if you're a hitter, this is the one you want. You can be selective here. You can take a mighty swing at it. Let's see what Maldonado offers.
See what she throws here, 3-1.
Right down the middle. So 3-1, you can afford to miss on that one. Now,
she took a big cut at that.
Yeah. I like her being aggressive in here. She's taking 2 really good cuts at it. See if she can connect here on the 3-2 count.
3-2 delivery. Swung on and fouled. Play by the first baseman into the fence.
Yeah, awfully close there.
Into the dugout, it looked like. Did it go into the dugout? I couldn't see that myself.
Yeah, just barely. Looks like it cleared the dugout there on that fence.
Have to be careful with these fences. We saw Abby Mullins run into it the other night, and she bounced right off of it.
Yeah, heads up play there by Cam Wesley to get after it, and there's another one fouled back.
Cam Wesley, she's definitely one of those physical specimens. That fence, it's not going to affect her as much as maybe a smaller Abby Mullins.
Yeah.
Pitch on to Hannah Lee. There's a line drive, 1 hopper to Cummins. You can see her come up, fire to first in the inning. So both teams threaten, both teams score. I think coming out of that, if you're the Comets, you have to be happy you only gave up 2. And honestly, West only giving up 1 after the back end of that inning started to show hits for the Comets. I think for them to give up 1, they should be happy about that. So a 2-1 ball game. We have a little offense here tonight. We didn't have that the other night. I like to see offense. As much as I'm a pitcher's dad, I like to see offense as long as my daughter's not pitching.
Yeah, we'll see if now that the first inning's behind them, let's see if both teams can settle in here. We may, I don't know what we're going to see, Dave. We're either going to see some more hits and this game's going to be broken wide open somehow, or we're going to see a little defensive battle if the teams settle in. So we'll let this game progress.
You know, one thing, we're talking about talented players out here, and on both squads for the Comets, we have, you know, a lot of people are going to play D1 here. I know Tori and Sydney will probably get there when their time comes. Allie Weekly's committed to UD. You have Olivia Popovich going to Xavier for soccer. Zoe Bishop, a D1, going to Miami. And let's see, make sure I know several other players down there. I'm not going to mention them all. I know Paige Lovelace is committed to Indiana Wesleyan, and other players on that list will commit. And for West, I know of a couple. You have Allie Cummins going to Akron. You have Cam Wesley going to Wright State, play for Coach Matthews there. Love Coach Matthews. I'm sure Cam will enjoy that. Allie will make a big difference up in Akron with her talent. So you have quite a few D1 players on this field and other college players. Not that D1's the mark, but several D1 players and other people are going to be talented college softball players.
Yeah, it just shows you the depth of talent here in the area, and that you know, the summer teams have all done a really good job of cultivating the talent that's been around here, and you know, making them showcase for the college coaches. Offers are being extended, and girls are being able to extend their careers well into college. So it's good stuff.
Katie DeBoer pitch, grounder to Weekly. Watch this arm. There it is. See, you can see that. She's got the arm. Love to see it. Rarely makes an error with her throws. Elena Harrison over there to catch it. 1 out.
Yeah, Allie Weekly with just nearly perfect mechanics there, makes a great play on the ball with a lot of poise, fires her down for out one.
So you see Katie DeBoer, I was going to hit on this last time we got moving there. Katie with her first pitches, she's hitting those corners in or out. And if she continues to do that, she's going to be effective.
Taylor Williams, the second baseman, steps in. Brings the count to 1-1.
Taylor batting 296 on the year. Playing second base for the Firebirds. Steps out, calls time, takes the signal from Coach Keith Kastner. Nice guy, has developed a great program over there at West, always competitive.
Nice pitch there by DeBoer for strike number 2 here. Just catches the outside corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
This one well outside for 3-2. Beautiful day here, Dave. They're actually a really great crowd. It's nice that these 2 schools are located close to each other. We've got a pretty good crowd here from Lakota West.
Yep.
And as always, a great crowd from Lakota East. We got the Mason Middle School green team here. And a fly ball to left field, shallow left field. Zoe Bishop over in foul territory, makes the grab.
Yeah, I love to watch Zoe when she just handled that so calmly right there and just brings it in. And you know as well as I do, having coached Zoe and been around her with softball for all these years, that wasn't always Zoe's rhythm out there in left field. It was always, she'd make the catches, but it always looked like she was a little anxious. And now she's smooth, she's calm, makes the catches, and that's great to see that.
I like to say she does it with style.
She used to do it
a
with
little
style.
flair,
Now she's like smooth. She makes it look too easy now.
Well, that's the maturity that she's been around the game for a very long time and is very comfortable under the fly balls. And, you know, I think she's confident she's going to make the catch now. So.
Well, I'm very happy to be able to coach Zoe in the summer, so I might be a little biased myself, just as you are as your father.
That's right. So as we now swing around to the top of the Lakota West order, Casey Bramble here for her second at bat. Remember, she walked her first time at bat.
Sitting at 0-2 now, so an opposite approach to Casey this time from Katie DeBoer.
Yeah, Katie's settled in here. She's throwing a few more strikes here. All good.
When you have these big games, it's not easy to come out here and, you know, be calm and get started calmly. And these are good teams and good players, and the battle for first place, and it puts a lot of pressure on these players. Especially teams like this that every year want to win the GMC. You know, when they get together, this is what they want.
This is what you train all winter for. This is what you go up for early morning workouts for. These are the games that you're preparing for. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bramble, and outside for ball 2.
Mason has a 4-year run as GMC champion, either outright or sharing the title. And I know going back to the 4th year, they shared it with, I believe it was Lakota West and Fairfield. They've been in battles with East and had it shared with East 1 year and then won it outright 2 times in the last 4 years. So Mason's been up there, but West is always a team that's right there with them. Competing for the title, good players, good pitchers. They always have a superstar out there going somewhere to play ball in college.
Yeah, Bramble doing a good job of battling here. 2 fouls back and waits for ball 3. So now she's taking it to full count. Started off with 0-2 and has battled her way here into a full count.
Katie's not giving her anything over the middle, that's for sure. She's working to see how far she can stretch it. I'll be surprised here if the board walks Bramble. Let's see what happens. There's
another
a foul
back. This one's going to be well out of play and out of reach. But 3 Comets covering, you know they wanted that. Like a good battle here. This is, you know, Bramble the leadoff. You kind of expect her to be a good hitter and be able to battle through situations like this. DeBoer throwing the pitches and fighting it off and having her foul. Let's see if we can get her here. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs.
Top of the second, Comets down 2-1. Here's the pitch, swung on, foul.
Another foul back to the screen.
Bramble's battling and DeBoer is battling. a great thing to see. It's always a matter of perspective. I always hear the team with on offense, the team that's batting, say that's the way to battle up there, but the pitcher's battling too. It takes a lot of effort to continue to throw strikes around the zone and not down the middle. There's swung on that.
Oh, this one's hit really
left.
deep. Oh, off the fence. Bishop hits the fence.
I think her foot was stuck under there.
Looks like she's going to be okay, but that one comes off the fence. She may be hurt here. Maybe have somebody check on her. Anyway, it's regardless, off the fence. Bramble hits a double here with 2 outs. We got a runner on second. Bishop saying she's okay. Here, we'll watch it again.
Yeah, see this. It looked
Ball
like her
well
foot
hit. I thought it was
slid
out.
under the fence, and then maybe she tried to pull it up to get out. I can't tell. Yeah, see, she hit the pole. That could be it. That's what it looks like. She hit the pole on the fence with her hip, and that may have just kind of stunned her for a second. So it looks like Zoe's okay. That's good to see. Zoe's a tough kid. Zoe's had a lot of cuts, bruises, scrapes, and continues to go out and play with all of those things. So she's a gamer. She'll stay out there.
Well, Bramble wins this battle. She's standing on second. Inside pitch to Alyssa Triner here.
I think you can see why Bramble's the leadoff hitter for West. I mean, she grew a walk the first time, didn't swing at anything bad, watched DeBoer's pitches just off the plate, let the umpire call them balls, and then right there, DeBoer 3-2 gets a little more down the middle, and Bramble hits a nice shot of it. It's probably, what, about a foot or two from being a home run out there.
She hit it 199.
Yeah.
This one's fouled back into the crowd.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I was right that Katie did not walk Bramble. I'm not sure that Katie wanted the result that happened, though. Here's the pitch on the Triner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that was a heck of a battle there. You know, give credit to both of the girls there for battling through. Both of them wanted it. 2-2.
Alyssa Triner is another name that's been starting for Varsity. I know she started for West last year. She's batting .526 on the season, according to today's GMC stats. So a solid player with experience, another tough out for the Firebirds. Looks, just as I say that, she gets caught on a, looked like the ball broke right on the inside corner of the plate for strike 3 and out number 3. Yeah. So after the top of the second, the West Firebirds still lead the Comets 2-1.
Perfect placement by Katie DeBoer. Triner just not ready to pull the trigger on that one. I think she knew it. And in for strike 3, and they retire the side with no damage here. So yeah, like we said, Dave, it's a pretty great battle here already. You know, we're seeing great pitcher batter duels. We're seeing long balls. We're seeing clutch hits. This is the game we came to see.
You know, the one thing we have not seen yet, we've seen some nice routine defensive plays made, no question about that. Nothing exceptional like in the first few innings of the East Mason game the other night. There were girls diving for balls, making diving catches, throwing from their knees. Tonight it's been pretty much routine from the defensive side of it, but offensively, as you said, some great hits from both the Comets and the Firebirds to get this thing started. In fact, a couple, maybe the one we talked about this the other night as well, whoever makes the most mistakes is probably going to be the loser of this game. And I'd say right now, what do you have? 1 mistake Mason and none for West, right? And that shows up on the scoreboard in West's 2-1 lead right now. But again, I feel like the Comets will hit. The question is, can they prevent West from scoring?
So up now to lead off the bottom of the second inning, Abby Mullins, the right fielder, the senior, lays off a high ball 1.
I love the slappers, and Abby Mullins, what a great kid. You know, she did her time, waited for her slot to open. It's out there now. This girl can fly. She can run. If she gets that ball down, West needs to jump on it and make a good throw. If they bobble it for even a second, Abby will be safe.
Yeah, even the slightest hesitation will allow these Mason slappers to get on. Swings away, misses there for strike 1. But that's Comets are going to beat you with speed, right?
Yeah.
Once they get on the bases, I think they just fly around. If you saw the Lakota East game on Friday, one of the reasons why that last run scored, this one's popped up, and a nice play there by the catcher for out number 1. But the reason why the Comets were going, Tori O'Brien was on second base, and we had Olivia Popovich on third. Zoe hits this ball. It's a routine single, really, up the middle. Tori was already rounding third and halfway home before the center fielder even got, picked up the ball and was throwing it.
You have Tori, Sydney,
Crazy
Poppy,
speed.
Abby. I mean, Zoe has good speed. We laughed. I was teasing Carson Sneed the other day when I saw her. I said, you're fast when you pinch run for Zoe Bishop.
Yeah, Zoe's got good speed. Here we go with Grace Rieger here. Her first at bat, she cranks one.
Grace
hard
is strong. Okay, let's just say that. You and I both seen her hit line drives out of here that didn't get more than 10 feet off the ground. Opposite field. You don't want to make a mistake to Grace. Now, the other thing about Grace is we're going to say that Grace may not be graceful. Anybody that saw the game the other night, Grace hits a nice would-be double down the right field line, moving down, rounds first, and I don't know, she tripped over something and landed on her stomach, and it was funny.
For strike 3. Well, I think the tripping ninja or whatever got her.
Right.
I've seen those videos. She's just very unfortunate as she rounded first and just tripped up on something as she was watching the ball and ended up getting nailed there. Unfortunately, Rieger strikes out here in her first at bat against Lakota West. So with 2 outs, the number 9 hitter, the senior Olivia Popovich.
Maldonado got her on the rise ball. So I'm sure the Comet coaches will be telling him about the rise ball. To me, I have not seen the umpire call it consistently as a strike. Those last 2 pitches, both rise balls from my angle, top of the zone, the type of pitch that a couple of them have swung at already, but he's not calling that a strike, so they got to get used to laying off that pitch until it starts to get called a strike. See, that was not a rise ball there. Nope. So that's an adjustment they're going to have to make, but Poppy's a good one to make it here.
Down and out for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Popovich. Lays off that one on the inside high. 3 balls, 1 strike.
You mentioned Olivia going to Xavier for soccer, but certainly a talented softball player as well and has a ton of speed.
Yeah, if Popovich would have chosen to focus on softball, I'm very sure she would have gotten a great offer.
Oh, there's no doubt. She used to play with us, and she was right along with all those players that right now all have scholarships. So she would have been there. Strikes out there on another rise ball. Maldonado's working that rise ball.
Yeah, Popovich with 2 strikes on her has to go for anything close there. Isn't able to connect. And Lakota West retires the side there with no damage. So neither team able to score in the 2nd inning. Brings us to the top of the 3rd with Lakota West clinging to a 1-run lead.
Stephanie, she got her rise ball. I think she learned it through Doug Gillis, the same person that my daughter Ellie learned it through. Doug's a great teacher. He's a great pitching coach, but a great teacher of the rise ball. I know he has helped develop Ellie's. I think he's helped develop Stephanie's, and it looks like it's very effective tonight. Another one, Tara Trainer, the former pitcher at Lebanon, currently over in Indiana, has worked with her. So Stephanie went to a good coach to develop that rise ball. And Doug hasn't been around for a few months now, but it looks like Stephanie, took what he taught her and is working obviously with somebody else and making that pitch work. So good job for Stephanie. She's getting her chance after Megan Brankamp moved on and making the most of it as the starting pitcher for the West.
Leading off from Lakota West here. And
Leading off for the Firebirds, shortstop number 11,
There we go. Had a little bit of a technical issue up here with our cords. So
leading off for Lakota West is Allie Cummins. A RBI single in the 1st inning.
That's what you want to get from her. Allie Cummins to Allie Weekly on to first. And again, working her out. Forcing that ground ball to the shortstop. And That's one of the things that Katie DeBoer will make happen. She's going to keep the ball down. She's going to hit corners, not put things out over the middle, not let it get up, give the people a chance to lift and hit shots. That's rare with Katie, and she has a fantastic defense behind her.
Yeah, earlier in the game, we were wondering if Mason was going to pitch to Cummins. I think in that situation, you pitch to her.
Yeah,
why
nobody on. One out, pitch to her. Brings Lauren Betts up. Yeah, Lauren Betts up to the plate. Lauren's leading West with a .583 average. Lauren again's been on the travel circuit in the summer. Starter for West, at least for last year and again this year, so another experienced player in the lineup for West. That's the difference between West and East and Mason. They have people that are experienced. DeBoer gets her to pop up to Weekly for the second out of the inning. So DeBoer's settling in. I think we can agree on that, right? I mean, she's hitting the zone, not walking people. Doing a great job out there on the mound right now. So again, working on our mics here. May not hear Eric. Eric is talking, so I'm going to talk here for a minute while he gets his mic hopefully fixed. Pitch to Cam Wesley, out to Olivia Popovich in center for the third out of the inning. So in that inning, I think it's the first inning that the Firebirds go down 1-2-3. The board's starting to hit her stride and pitch very effectively.
Yeah, let's hope she's able to do that the rest of the game.
So we have, after the top of the third, we have Mason down 2-1 coming to bat here. And let's see here, let's check and see where we were in their lineup. And we'll just let our guys in the truck know that our second mic is off.
Yeah, Torio, oh, there it goes, it's back on.
Okay, we're going to start up with the top of the order here for the Comets. An ideal situation for Mason. Tori O'Brien leading off. Again, Tori's a sophomore, has done a fantastic job, not only as a freshman developed this year, improving upon her hitting. Took her a little time to get on track last year, but she did started off on track this year. Tori batting .611. So I believe she's leading the conference in hitting. And Lauren Betts from West is third. Sydney Carter from Mason's fourth. And Allie Cummins from West is fifth in the league. So we have a lot of the league leaders offensively here tonight. Looking at the home runs, I see Lauren Betts is on the list with 1, and Zoe Bishop from Mason on the list is 1. Maldonado starts off with strike 1 to O'Brien. The pitch is on, and O'Brien again, power slapping, gets it past Allie Cummins at short.
Yeah, O'Brien there with a great hit. You know, Cummins makes a valiant effort, good dive for it. Just isn't able to bring it down, or bring it up rather. And Tori O'Brien now
to Allie. I mean, that's a tough play right there.
Absolutely.
Eric, good to have you back, by the way. Glad your mic's working again.
Good to be back.
Pitch from Maldonado to Carter. Fouled. Strike 1. Tori O'Brien down at first. I'm taking a break there for a second to clear things up, maybe to get a couple balls. I'm not sure what he did there. 0-1 to Carter. Pitch, Carter's up to bunt. Sorry guys, we're having a little bit of a headset problem. We're trying to work through that. So
some difficult technicalities here.
2 strikes. Gets her on the outside. Carter did not like that pitch. I have a bad angle, but I'm going to say that may have been close enough to at least foul it off as a slapper with 2 strikes.
And Corey O'Brien there makes a smart move and takes second here as the catcher hesitates a little bit. So we got a runner on scoring position here once again. And the senior, Elena Harrison, steps in for a second at bat.
One out. Runner on second base. Corey O'Brien with good speed. Ball one to Harrison. Maldonado with 1-0 pitch. Inside and high, ball two. I look for Elena to bust out with something big tonight. That wind's kind of blowing in a little bit to prevent maybe her from a home run. It's blowing hard across the right field fence toward the left side of the field, but she has some pop, and she also has been known to go opposite field at times. So let's see what Elena does tonight here. Maldonado catches the outside corner, strike one. Looks like we have some maybe help coming from the truck to get that mic fixed. Harrison takes ball four. Now we have runners on first and second with one out and Zoe Bishop up. Zoe Bishop, again, the hero from Friday night. Zoe is not as susceptible, I shouldn't give away her secrets here, to getting caught by that rise ball. So let's see if that plays out here. Strike, catches, they work her. They start her out low and inside. That's unusual. Bishop being patient, waiting for her pitch. No reason to swing at the pitcher's pitch. There's a hit, driven to center field. Deep fly, Lauren Betts under it, and catches the fly. It's probably a wise move not to tag on that. Looks like Betts has a solid arm out there. She was able to catch the ball, set herself up, and get it in quickly to Allie Cummins at shortstop. As fast as Tori is, you have a runner in scoring position, the tying runner. You have Allie Weekly coming to the plate, so there's no sense in taking that chance. Okay, we're back here. First pitch in for a strike to Weekly. Looked like a change up from here. Got a little WLW that keeps popping in my ear and sound cutting in and out, so apologize if we seem a little disjointed here. Better there. 2-1 the count to Weekly. Weekly had that nice hit in the first inning. Let's see if she can come through here in a big situation and get another RBI. Down to the third baseman. Unfortunately, the first and second were occupied, so West gets out of the inning and avoids any damage. And after 3 complete, Lakota West 2, Mason 1. So we have our ICRC TV crew up here helping us with the microphones right now in between innings.
Check one.
I hear mine working. Defensive changes, no pinch hitters. Talking about the stat leaders for both teams, we have the offensive stat leaders that we mentioned. We also have Cam Wesley, 4th in the league with 15 RBI. Elena Harrison and Lauren Betts from West are tied for the lead with 19 RBI. So a lot of offense there. Over on the defensive side, Katie DeBoard leads the league and is tied with Middletown's Carly Metcalf with 6 wins. Stephanie Maldonado 2nd with 5 wins. Sydney Carter is 4th with 3 wins. Strikeout Stephanie is 2nd in the league with 45. and Katie DeBoard is 5th in the league with 25. So leaders for West and Mason on both sides of the offensive and defensive categories in the league statistics. One hopper back to DeBoard, on to Harrison at first base. Get the first out of the inning. Jenna Harris, the DP there. We have coming up to the plate now. Number 1, Hallie.
Catcher, number 1, Hallie Giamatti.
Hallie Giamatti, number 1 here. Catcher for West. Boards pitch in, fouled off over the dugout.
Okay, well, hopefully I'm back now. Oh, super. Okay, so sorry for that.
It's good to have you back.
Hey, it's good to be back there.
Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, a little difficult technicalities there, but we're back. And yeah, stepping back in here. So Hallie Giamatti here, up to the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Bring it. Bring in the heat.
So again, Katie DeBoard here working really hard. I think she's hitting her spots now, settled in, all good.
Yep, 2-2 in. Jammed her there. That looked like a ball that was well inside even the river from here. Can't tell. It's on the batter's box line, but jammed up Hallie.
Yeah, that hit off
strike 2.
Yep. Now we were messing with the cords here a few seconds ago, but I did want to point out that Katie DeBoard really made a really nice defensive play there. Oftentimes we talk about pitchers and how good they are, you know, hitting their spots and so forth, but being able to field that position defensively is like super critical. There's a lot of balls that get hit to that pitcher, and you don't have a lot of time to react since you're so close. So she does a good job of knocking the ball down and getting that out.
Yeah, she knocked it down and gets the out. You're right. Sometimes you can see them get a little anxiety when they bobble that ball once, because some of these girls here are fast. They'll get down that 60-foot baseline very quickly. Full count on to, hits her. Yeah, hit by pitch. So DeBoard obviously wanting to work inside to Corey, and we'll see if Corey's okay. It looks like she is walking it off. We're gonna have a pinch runner being the catcher. In high school softball, you have courtesy runners for both the catcher and the pitcher if you want them. West is gonna opt to use that here.
Yeah, Alyssa Whitmer's gonna step in here to run for.
So that's our first, I believe, substitution of any sort, and it comes in the form of a courtesy runner. 1 out, top of the 4th. West up 2-1.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up Corey Weaver here, the right fielder.
Right fielder Corey Weaver to the plate.
Yeah, and let's hope you know, that last hit by pitch doesn't come back to haunt the Comets. There's 1 out here, and again, DeBoard working the inside, just got a little too far inside on that pitch.
Yeah, one thing I noticed there is Weaver stepped on the plate. She should be out.
Yeah,
making contact with the ball with your foot on the plate. I noticed the pitch before that she didn't swing at her bunt at, that she stepped on the plate, and I think even though Grace was blocking it, looked to me as if she had her foot on the corner of that plate again, and you can see the markings there. So
I don't know if we'll get a replay on that, but that was, yeah, you step on the plate, that should be called an out. Fouled it back here.
Took the bunt situation away with 2 strikes, and she's swinging away. Didn't appear to have the issue there when she's swinging away. So that's something to watch with number 4 if she is up the bat and bunts again later in the game. Swung on back to DeBoard. She'll turn throw to second to Weekly. Good slide by Whitmer there to take Allie out of rhythm there on the throw to first, because it looked like with Allie Weekly's arm that they had a chance there, but she was able to slide in. It was a clean slide. Disrupted Allie a little bit, was unable to turn the double play, but a good play by Katie. Good job by Allie to get there. That's not the easiest throw and catch when you're
here it is again. Ground ball to the board. She makes a nice play to field it. Smartly turns back, gets the lead runner. Weakly thought about it, but again, holds up and smartly holds on to the ball here. You don't want to throw that ball away in that situation.
Yeah,
so.
get the runner in the scoring position. So.
And a line drive to Tori O'Brien retires the side.
So that's important to note. Taylor Williams there, nice line drive to end the inning. So West will start off the next inning with the top of their order. As we get later in the game, those things start to matter. West holding a 2-1 lead. So a little bit opposite, Eric, from Friday night. We had both teams start off scoring in the first inning, and now both teams kind of gone quiet here the last few innings. Let's see what the Comets can do here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, Comets still have a few at-bats here left to try and tie this thing up and take the lead. Hopefully they can hold it if they get it. But yeah, Lakota West so far a little bit quiet. Some of their stars, you know, Bramble, Cummins, they're all doing what we expected them to do. And interestingly enough, the bottom part of the lineup here is producing and moving things around here for Lakota West, just not able to get the runs across. So.
Coming up to the plate this inning for the Comets, we'll have Hannah Lee, followed by Abby Mullins, Grace Rieger, and if they do not go down in order, Olivia Popovich, the 9-hole. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9 in the order here for the Comets. But that's a strong 6, 7, 8, 9. And this part of the order can certainly score for the Comets. Yeah, starting here with Hannah Lee.
And they've produced all season. So, yeah, Comets, it's a nice thing about them, you know, top to bottom, all 9 batters, all those positions all produce and have been consistently producing all season. This ball gets away from the catcher here.
Hannah has a history of being hit by pitches. She's one of those, as we've seen in the past, just has a history. She's not afraid to stand in there and get hit by a pitch. Yeah. Not that I want to see that happen here, but let's see what does happen. She's not going to give up the inside part of the plate. And Maldonado just went there. 2-0 count to lead.
I know some girls will do whatever they can do to get out of the way of a pitch, and then there's other girls will stand in there and take it. So we've had a few on our teams over the years.
Hannah Lee's the latter.
That's right.
She will allow that ball to hit her if it means getting on base. Usually just runs down there and says it happened again. Ball 4 straight balls to lead off the inning here. So Maldonado, let's see where she's at here.
Yeah, Maldonado.
Abby Mullins coming up.
Maldonado just not able to hit her spots on that. It's going to bring up Abby Mullins. Okay, bunter, slapper. Let's see if she can get the ball down and move Hannah Lee over. You expect them to bunt in this situation, move the runner over. She does just that.
Good throw. See, that's defensively great play. But she did her job, so that's where both people did their job. Third baseman came in. Alyssa Triner came in, makes the play, picks it up, doesn't bobble it, strong throw, accurate throw to first base. Moves the runner, lead down to second, so Abby Mullins did her job. The first job is there to sacrifice yourself and get the runner down to second in scoring position. If you get on, great. If not, you did your job.
This is just great softball here. Triner makes a really good throw here. Has to put some heat on it in order to get Mullins, who's a speedster here, but she just does beat her. And gets the first out of the inning, but she does move the runner over. So Hannah Lee on second base with 1 out, 1 strike to Rieger. She's going to put 1 foul back here in the stands. I'm sure Lakota West had worked on the short game this week. I'm sure that was a point of emphasis in practice as they were preparing for Mason. So West does a good job there.
Weather permitting practice, of course, you're correct. Maybe they went inside.
Maybe they went inside. You never know.
So Grace 0-2, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Maldonado with the rise ball up and high, 2-2. West paying close attention to Hannah down there at second.
And I noticed both pitchers are throwing a lot of pitches. I don't have a pitch count on either of them, but as we get here into the 4th inning, both are having to work hard to get their batters retired. So.
Ooh, that ball would have been long gone here had it been fair. It hits the football press box on the visitor side here at Mason, and that is beyond the fence by about 20 feet, and it is also about 60 feet in the air. So she got all that one. Maldonado, pay attention to that pitch. Grace is strong. And swung on. This will be popped up in the infield. Allie Cummins comes in for the second out.
Yeah, it's, that rise ball again. Rieger just gets under it. I don't know what she threw the pitch before, but Rieger just
now
turned on it
for the
and killed
Comets,
it.
the center fielder,
Maldonado made notes
Olivia
to don't do that again.
Yeah, that was a 3-2 count. And again, if I'm the Comets, I'm sitting here saying, let's make her throw the rise ball for a strike. They've been close enough there with 2 strikes. You got to look at it. Strike 1 out of the gate there. Looked like the catcher moved it in about 6 inches to frame it up, and the ball. But you always wonder why they do that with a strike.
So Olivia Popovich here is able to get the ball down in perfect spot, and she is safe.
She is safe. I'd like to see that replay. I'm going to say Liv's speed is definitely a factor here, but it did look like the throw beat her by about a fraction of a step from what I saw. But that just right there shows Olivia Popovich's speed. She has phenomenal speed, and there was a little bit of a stutter step from Triner there. Here we go. Let's see this. Picks it up nice. Little stutter. It's close. It's
very close. Triner makes a good play on that.
She does. She had to take an extra step there to get herself on balance, and that was the difference.
Yeah, she did nothing wrong there, and Olivia's going to take second here as they try and make the play down to third and keep Hannah Lee honest.
So you're in a good situation, Comets. You have runners now second, third. You have speed on second, speed on third, and you have a fast, good hitter up the bat, Tori O'Brien.
Tori O'Brien 2 for 2 so far on the day.
I gotta say, I probably have a bad angle. Those here look like he's being generous with the outside part of the plate, but I do have an angle, I admit that. O'Brien, though, probably not her pitch. 0-2.
She's able to get this
and
down.
That gets through. Nice hit by O'Brien. 2 strike, put the bat on the ball, put it into play, and it takes a unfortunate pop past Allie Cummins into center field. Not deep enough to score. Who do we have there? We have Poppy. Not deep enough to score her.
Yeah, Hannah Lee was on third. I'll tell you what, this is a great hit now. O'Brien having a great day. She's now 3 for 3. She puts this one hard, and Allie Cummins makes a great play on it. Just able to, it just slides up under her glove. That plates Hannah Lee for the tying run. Olivia Popovich on third, and now O'Brien's going to go ahead and take second. Little defensive indifference there for Lakota West. We got runners in scoring position with 2 outs, and Sydney Carter, the freshman, up to bat.
Same situation, good hitter, runners in scoring position, and she's hitting away. Okay, right now Mason recognizes that West came to play the small ball, and they're hitting away. It's worked for all of them so far. Poppy, it's worked for Tori. See what Sydney can do here, the freshman with 2 outs and 2 strikes.
This one's popped up, and Triner's going to get under it, and she's going to go ahead and get that third out. But Comets do get a timely hit, and they're able to put Hannah Lee on or over across for the tying run, and we got a tie game here, Dave.
After 4, Mason 2, Lakota West 2, and it's a new ball game. I would have been surprised if 2 runs would have won it, but I will admit this: from my thinking was not that it was going to be 2-2 in the going into the 5th inning. So a great game, tight. Both teams made adjustments, tightening up. It's good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here you go. You got a 3-inning game now, right? So, and Lakota West is going to step up with their the top of the order here.
Yep.
And reset, reload.
We know it says middle of the 4th here on our scoreboard on the screen, but it is the top of the 5th.
Yeah, there's another look at Weekly's hit.
A couple of replays here. You can see the earlier Cam Wesley up against the fence. Hannah Lee hitting her ball. And Coach, is that Coach Muff running across the field? Getting all the action out here today.
And we're back to live action here. Katie DeBoard, the pitcher for Mason, steps in here in the top of the 5th inning, facing the top of the order for Lakota West and Casey Bramble.
The left fielder, number 6, Casey Bramble.
Now their last at bat featured a really good battle between pitcher and hitter here, with Bramble actually getting the best of it and ended up getting a hit here after
off the top of the fence.
Off the top of the fence. And she looks at ball one. Oh, strike one.
I would say he's been consistent on that outside part of the plate. One pitch in, outside, ball one. So we mentioned the top of the order here, Bramble, followed by Alyssa Triner and Allie Cummins. This is a key inning here. These three could get the bat again in the 7th inning, depending on how it works. Certainly, I would think Katie DeBoard wants to get out of this inning here with these three batters without any damage. If she could do that, that would be a very successful inning here. 3 good hitters, followed by a couple more good hitters.
That's right. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bramble. Looks at strike 3.
So DeBoard remembers the battle from last time, and she wins the battle here.
Yeah, she found a great spot there. Bramble just didn't want to pull the trigger on it with 2 strikes. You got to be aggressive, and here's a replay of that. DeBoard just fires it in.
Yep, drops off right there. That's a great pitch. Outside corner, bottom part of the zone. Not a pitch that a batter wants to swing at. Just a good job by Katie.
Hey, can I take one of those pizzas, please?
Again, Alyssa Triner up here, batting .526. So there's no let up here with this batter either for DeBoard. She's going to have to be effective with her pitches and not put anything out over the middle of the plate. 1-1 count to Triner. Inside ball 2. Thomas playing a little deep here, I think, for the number 2 hitter in the order. Bishop shifting over further to the left. Ball inside again.
Yeah, I think they're showing her good respect here. They know she can hit. She's having a great season. And on a 3-1 count, you know, this is a batter's pitch here. Let's see what DeBoard can do. Well, she gets her to foul it back.
Looked like a changeup up in the zone from here. Triner able to capitalize on that. Comes up to full count. This again, this is a big pitch, big at bat here. You know who's sitting on deck. Number 11 for West. 3-2 pitch into Triner. Swung on, picked up by O'Brien. Coming, nice play there. That was a ball that was hit to Allie Weekly. But actually, O'Brien, because it was a slow roller, did a nice job coming across. Her motion's going to first place, and she gets the out. I think Allie Weekly would have gotten the out, but it's better for O'Brien here. Let's look at this and see how it goes. Slow roller, and yeah, see, O'Brien's moving in that direction, makes it a close play. I think that's the right play.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. I think with Weekly's arm, I agree. She definitely would have had her. I think Allie was set up right behind the ball. But hey, whichever way it works, we get the out here.
I'm sure Allie's
2 outs.
Not upset about it with the out.
And now we face Allie Cummins for the 3rd time today.
And you can see they're just working. Oh, he called it.
He called it.
He's generous on that outside. And I'm going to say this: what you want if you're a pitcher is consistency, so that you know. And he's been consistent for both pitchers. I mentioned it on the other side. He's been consistent. Again, our angle was a little off from straight on, and there's a hard hit ball up the middle for a 2-out base hit. And I want to tell you, that right there is managing Allie Weekly with her Allie Cummins.
Yeah.
2 outs. You give her a single up the middle with nobody on. You call that a good day at the office.
I think if you get Betts or Wesley here and retire the side without any damage, then yes, I totally agree. Although I'm not a big fan of putting runners on in any situation because they can come back to haunt you. This is still high school softball. Anything can happen.
We'll see how it works here. Lauren Betts, the batter. And again, Lauren, as we mentioned, leading in a lot of the offensive categories in the GMC. Cummins takes off, and she's going to be in there.
Yeah, Cummins with great speed. Deceptively fast, actually. I mean, you wouldn't think she's as fast as she is, but great athlete. Got a good jump on that one, and Grace Rigger just not able to get her out. Weekly dropped the ball anyway, so we got a runner on second. This is what I was saying. Even though you put her on first, now all of a sudden she's standing in scoring position.
Not sure what the delay is there. They check to make sure she's okay sliding into second. That's the last thing that West would want to have happen, is something to Allie Weekly.
Yeah, she may have hurt her knee on the slide there, or at least injured it, but not enough to come out of the game. She says she's fine, so may sting a bit, but she'll be fine.
I'm sure she's had a few bumps and bruises she's played with. Strike. Strike one, 2 and 1.
The board puts it a great spot here. You know, I think as the game's gone on, she's gotten a little stronger. The first inning was a little shaky, but has done a great job here of finding spots. Although now she's at 3-1. She has taken a lot of, or West has taken her deep into the count a lot of the at-bats.
They're being patient.
White.
They are definitely being patient. 3-1 pitch. And for a strike.
Good look at pitch here. Again, the board battling here. 3-2, 2 outs. Tie ball game here, top of the 5th.
3-2 pitch in. All 4.
That one, if that missed, it wasn't by much.
And Cam Wesley up to the plate here. Again, Cam has some pop. I remember we played over at West last year, and Cameron hit a home run off Ellie in that game. Ellie killed me for bringing it up, and she did. She has some pop in her back. 2 outs, top of the 5th, 2-2 ball game. Runners on first and second with 2 outs for West. This is clutch hit time for West here too. We talked about that a couple times with Mason. We're in that situation right now with Cam Wesley here. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position.
Another good looking pitch for a strike by Katie DeBoard. So yeah, Cameron Wesley, the junior first baseman, hitting 464 coming into this game.
I'm a little surprised to see that she doesn't have any home runs on the season yet. That's surprising for her.
Yeah, she's a strong hitter. Again, this is runners in scoring position. These are clutch moments here. 2 balls, 1 strike. We got 2 outs here.
She has 13 hits and 6 of them are doubles, so that shows some power there as well. That's going to be a strike on the delayed reaction there. You know how he's going to operate 2-2 count to Wesley. And that seems to me, Eric, where Katie's been most effective was on that outside corner of the plate. I'd say that might be the same thing for Maldonado too. The rise balls work anywhere. There's a deep shot out to outfield. Olivia Popovich hauls it in. Olivia made that look easy. It did. It looked like it was a hot shot off the bat, but the wind, not really blowing now. I'd say the wind maybe knocked it down, but Olivia moved under that and made an easy play.
Well, Olivia Popovich with great speed is able to get up underneath that. And when it first left the bat, we thought, hey, this thing's in for a single for sure. But again, Popovich, the soccer player with great speed here, is able to get up under it and retire it for the 3rd out. So, as you were saying before, we get through the top of the order here without any damage this inning. But you can kind of project as you go forward that Lakota West may get another chance with their big hitters here in the top of the 7th as we move forward. So.
Well, we talked about that inning, Eric, and its success there was, I think, is 0 runs. That's what they had. They had a couple base runners that West got on for 2 outs. But DeBoard, Coach Muff have to be happy getting out of there with no runs. That's a tough lineup to go there. I know that West played Ursuline the other day, and they had 10 runs against Ursuline, and I know Ursuline has a good pitcher and a talented team, and I did see that West scored 10 against them. So the fact that they're being held to 2 here at this point is positive. So starting off the game, we're going to come in with a couple seniors here. Elena Harrison leading off, and she'll be followed by Zoe Bishop. Allie Weekly, the sophomore, the junior, will bat 3rd. Pitching to Harrison for a strike. It looked like it might have been a strike, and I'll let the ump take his time and make the call. Strike 1, 0-1 to Harrison. There's the opposite field I was talking about, but left fielder had it played perfectly. Takes a couple steps and catches the ball for out 1 in the inning.
Yeah, Casey Bramble there, able to get up underneath that ball. Not sure that's the one Harrison wanted, but good play there by Bramble here in left field. And that brings up Zoe Bishop here.
The Zoe Bishop, the senior, up, 1 out, and on the swing, check swing on the changeup, strike 1.
I'm back.
Yeah, Zoe's another one that can go deep into counts. She can hit with 2 strikes. She'll go deep into counts. So she never gives up in the bat. Outside ball, 1-1 count. Wind's not blowing right now, Eric. It's a good time for a deep shot. Zoe Bishop.
It's always a good time for a deep shot.
It's up again. That's a situation where I don't think that the rise ball is being called for a strike. I'm not saying it is a strike or not a strike. It just looks like here it's not getting called for a strike. And I think the Comets need to be a little more patient with that pitch throughout the rest of this game. That looked like a hittable pitch there. Good swing by Zoe. Brings the count to 2-2. Zoe's getting a lot of pop. We always tease her about having skinny arms, but she has a lot of pop. She gets her strength from her legs. There's a ball up for a full count, 3-2 to Bishop. And that's it. I think that's our rise ball again, to my point. Let that thing go.
Yeah, you're looking for that rise ball here on a 3-2 or a changeup. It's one or the other.
That's up again.
Changeup up and out for the second walk for Bishop of the day. This is a situation where you say, hey, this is probably where Coach Muff may sub her out. Get a pinch runner in there, but it doesn't look like she's going to opt to do that. She's going to let Zoe go ahead and run. So Allie Weekly, a big RBI earlier in the game here, steps in with a runner on first, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, and she's going to foul one over here, and Triner's just not able to get over to it.
Allie Weekly batting .467. She has 14 hits, including 3 doubles and a triple. Nice hit for her in the first inning. Let's see what Weekly can do here in the bottom of the 5th. There you go. That's it. Again, that rise ball looked like it was up at the top of the chest for a ball. 1-1. I'm going to quit talking about that. That's my thing. I don't think the Comets are listening to me, so I'm going to shut that down. There's a hard hit ball through the legs of Cummins at shortstop. That was a hard hit ball. I know Allie would want that back. She will not be happy with that play from her. That very uncharacteristic of Cummins out there at shortstop, but that was a hard hit ball that stayed down and went through the 5-hole.
Yeah, here it goes. It's a hard hit ball, and just an uncharacteristic mistake by Allie Cummins there, not able to bring it down. And here's the sub I was talking about. So she's going to put in
now on the base pass, Comets number 13,
Carson
Sneed in here to run for Zoe Bishop.
We joked about this earlier. Carson Sneed in for Bishop. Carson is a track runner and has done that in the past. Great speed. And the Comets say they're looking, we need 1 run right now, and that's what they're looking at. They're going to give themselves a little better opportunity with Carson's speed. Not that Zoe's slow. Zoe's definitely not slow. Zoe's a 5-tool player, but Carson Sneed is one with exceptional speed. That could be trouble. There we go.
Both runners able to get back. Hannah Lee here just lines out to the pitcher. It's actually a really good play by Maldonado. Looked to make the double play, wasn't able to get it, and both runners safe. So now we're going to bring up Abby Mullins here. See if she's able to move these runners around and get on safely. But we've got 2 outs here.
That's going to be a strike. So this is another key situation, similar to what West had at the top of the inning. You have runners in second with 2 outs. Mason got there with 1 out. Had to hit back to the pitcher. Allie Weekly was fortunate that Stephanie's first look was she's going to be safe.
She dropped the ball, and she is safe. And Abby Mullins does a great job of getting that ball down in just the right spot. Forces a quick throw, and
that's
wow,
the
I like this
there.
situation here. Here's the play again. Mullins gets that ball down in just kind of that dead zone. Maldonado picks it up, but dropped by the first baseman.
Plays close. I think she may have had her by a split second, or maybe not. I thought that earlier, but that's speed does that kind of damage. It makes you rush the throw, which I thought the throw was good for Maldonado, but it also puts pressure on the person catching it.
Yeah. I like the situation here. You've got Grace Rieger here, who destroyed one earlier, foul. Let's see if she's able to get a big hit here. Anything in the outfield is going to score at 1, if not 2 runs. And wow, she does it again. But again, laser foul. Rieger's able to straighten that thing out. That one goes deep for sure. So
Grace needs to pay attention to that pitch, get the bat head on the ball, keep it in play here. Let's.
You can see Maldonado thinking about that. She's throwing the ball into her glove, saying, "All right, don't do that again." That's another ball high.
Now I'm going to give Grace credit on that one. She swung at that pitch earlier, watched it go for ball 2.
Yeah.
Moves the count more into her favor now, 2-1 for the batter.
Now you're a pitcher's dad, so what's the psyche do here when you see a big hitter like this just crush one? You're thinking, okay, I don't want to put that ball there. Have a little bit of courage to throw that ball in there and
I think
serve
it depends on the mentality of the pitcher. You know, I think Stephanie's strong enough it doesn't bother, but that catcher he called a strike there. That catcher brought that glove down about 6 inches. Full count now. I think to me that was ball 4, but hey, I'm not down there. I can't make calls from up here.
All right, so you got 3-2 with 2 outs. These runners are going to be going on the pitch. They're
If
going
I'm
to be
third
going
base,
as
I'm
hard
not
as
going.
they can.
I'm not going if I'm on third. You have Grace
2
Rieger.
2 outs? Yeah, you got to go.
That's a deep fly to right center field, tracking in.
Oh, amazing catch. Oh, my goodness. What a play there by the right fielder, Corey Weaver. Oh, my goodness. Diving catch.
That's a big play.
The game. This is an incredible diving play. We thought this one was going to drop. Weaver's able to just run under it, calls it, and at the very last second dives, holds on to the ball for the 3rd out. Bases loaded. That ball drops. This game is broken wide open.
That's a
She
clutch
makes
play.
an amazing play. So here we are, again, in clutch games. Big plays get made. This is amazing. Good game so far.
So we're about even up on mistakes for each team now, but that's a play that erased a mistake in that inning for West. A great catch by the right fielder coming in on a ball in a key situation of the game. So big time team step up in big time games, and we see them doing that defensively here today. We've had a lot of base runners. I mean, I will say that. You have some of these girls hitting and getting on, but the pitchers and the defense are keeping them off home plate.
Yeah, I don't care who you're rooting for. This is a great game, right? This has got action everywhere and so forth. We're locked up with 2 great heavyweights battling and slugging it out. Last year we saw a game, Lakota East and Mason, go 11 innings before there was finally a winner determined here, and Mason was able to pull that game off. But you know, this one's got all the makings of a heavyweight bout of slug. Let's see if one of these teams can pull ahead.
Yep, top of the 6th, 2-2. This game is starting to more resemble the Lakota East game from Friday night.
That's right.
As it moves on.
So Jenna Harris in the DP.
I still think from a substitute standpoint, we only had a couple pinch runners. That's all we've had, right? Pinch runners, courtesy runners. And I haven't noticed that we've seen any substitutions at any of the positions. So both teams going with their lineups.
And this ball gets away from Rieger here, but no runners on. No panic here, no big deal. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Harris.
I know when I look at this, I look at the Comets subs, and they have strength there on their bench as well. And then Jill Aquila being out for injury, but Taylor Heitfeld can come in and fill in. You have Holland Tolliver, who has started a lot at second base, rotating in and out there, but has some innings in. Holland's a good player. Paige Lovelace, utility player, strong arm, can help fill in. Carson, Steve, you mentioned her speed already. Carson did go in for Zoe, so I think she would be ineligible now since they subbed Zoe back in. And then Eleni Miller, the other catcher on the team there. So they have some subs that they can put in here. I'm not sure about the depth of the bench for West, but I'm sure they have similar talent on their bench as well.
Yeah, both teams highly talented. You know, any of these girls can step in. I think that Coach Muffet's done a really good job of utilizing the talent she has in the right situations. And so far, she's engineered quite a few victories by doing so. So good stuff. Oh, this one's fouled off.
That was a break for the board right there. 3-2, looked like a ball up, and Jenna Harris here. Check swings, fouls the ball off, keeps the bat going.
So no outs for Lakota West. Leadoff batter Harris here in the 6th inning. Takes strike.
Got her look.
I don't think she liked that one very much. The board makes a nice pitch here on a 3-2 count.
She caught the, here's the replay. Let's see where it is. Let's judge this. Let's be fair. That is,
good-looking
yeah,
pitch.
it's up just above her stomach, so that is in the strike zone. Looked a little high from here, but in the zone.
The board with another nice pitch here. Rolls the inside, lower inside corner here.
0-1 pitch in, fouled off.
Back.
Ali Giamatti, the batter here. Again, Hallie doing the catching.
Fouls it off. 0-2 count.
Anything close. Making sure she has her bat in control of herself and not in control of a called 3rd strike.
Rieger tries to frame that one. Trump's not buying it here, so that's a good outside pitch there for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count to Giamatti, and she's going to take ball 2.
Giamatti, first-year starting catcher for West. That was in the hands of Kelsey Braswell for the last couple of years. Talented player for West, now moved on. The board still not giving her a ball over the plate. Takes it to full count, 3-2, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Tie ball game, 2-2. She's battling, fouling those balls off when they're close.
Yeah, it's another nice pitch by DeBoard here on the inside. I think Giamatti did a good job of fouling that one off. I don't think that's the pitch she really wanted.
Let's see who wins. We have another battle here. We've had a couple of these tonight. Let's see who wins this battle here. The 3-2 pitch in, fouled off. Back over the stadium into the road behind us.
Ooh, that almost got a call. Lakota West battling all the way, 1 through 9 in this order are all battling, taking DeBoard deep in the count.
Yeah, you know, that's the one thing about Katie. I mean, I think Katie is, there she is. Look, I was just getting ready to say, I got to tell on myself here. I was going to say, Katie probably not known as a strikeout pitcher, but hits her spots well, keeps it down, lets her defense play. She doesn't get hit hard at all. But let's look at this pitch. She puts it in there, right, it drops right in there for a strike. And Grace did a nice job of framing that up as well. Good job by the catcher to help her pitcher there. So I think it was a strike and a nice strikeout by Katie DeBoard. Corey Weaver, the right fielder, on the bat.
To my eye, Katie's just gotten stronger as the game's progressed, right? She's gotten more confident, you know, hitting more of the spots, battling against some of these really heavyweight hitters. And there's a line out here for out number 3 and fielding her position. So Katie DeBoard having a night. And we now move to the bottom of the 6th.
So here's what you have here, Eric. You finish that inning. You have the number 9 hitter coming up, going to the leadoff at the top of the inning. Next, so that's key to get, you know, typically not anything against Taylor Williams. We're playing the odds here. Taylor's batting 296. It's better to keep her from batting in that inning so you can start off hopefully with a better opportunity to get it out before you get up to the top of that order for West. Coming up for the Comets here, I don't recall where we left off, but it looks like Tori's stepping out there, so we're going to be there near the top of our order, if not the top of the order. So a key situation for Mason here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, Gracie Rieger was the last out. So
that's right.
It's actually Olivia Popovich here in the number 9 spot. The senior is going to step in here to lead us off. And Olivia used to leading off innings for summer ball. And
she's been a leadoff hitter, a number 2 hitter. She can bat anywhere. I think having her at second leadoff is effective as well in this situation, batting 9th. So if you're the Comets, you're not upset with Olivia Popovich coming to the plate. There's no question about that. Again, I'm always amazed by Olivia's speed. Olivia's batting .448, 13 hits, all singles. No surprise there. Maldonado's still in. Maldonado's still battling too, doing her job, digging in when she needs to. There's a bunt. She'll be safe. I have to call that out when you see it. I mean, you just know if you do not get on that ball when Olivia Popovich puts the bunt down, it's safe. And I'm going to tell you, right here, I called this right there. She's safe. She's just got too much speed.
You literally have like a half a second to a second to get on that ball. If you're not on it, Popovich will be on first base. So a leadoff single by Olivia Popovich brings up Tori O'Brien. Popovich is going to steal. Throw not on target. I don't think she would have gotten her anyway, but so now Tori O'Brien took the ball there. So O'Brien so far 3 for 3 in this game. You wonder if O'Brien's able to keep that magic going here.
Again, leading the team in hitting at 6-11. She has her hits here tonight. Good situation for the Comets. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Tori O'Brien up. I mean, Tori could even lay down the bunt and get this run over to third with less than 2 outs. You have a lot of, and that's what she does.
Exactly what she does.
Oh, that Popovich delayed there. I'm not sure what she was looking for, but maybe she wanted to make sure she didn't throw on to third. She has the speed to make up for that, though, and she was there with no question at third base. So that's actually a great job. It's a sacrifice bunt for Tori O'Brien. So that shows another skill at the back. That's good team. That's a good team sport where she lays the bunt down, sacrifices to get the runner in the scoring position. Now, a lot of opportunities for the Comets to get this lead run. And it's hit on. That's going to be it. Nice hit by Carter.
Field, that's going to plate Olivia Popovich. Carter with a double and an RBI puts the Comets ahead.
This is the power slap here. The West Firebirds were in. If we show this replay, I'm not pressing our guys in the truck, but if they show this replay, you're going to see the left fielder was playing Carter cheap. Carter's not big in stature. She's a slapper. You can see how short she is right there. And Carter got one over her head. Similar to the Lebanon game, and the Lebanon outfielder made a diving catch to get it. That's another ball up and down, just out over the outreached arms of.
Oh, Carter's going to get nailed here at third. Yeah, interesting play here. The ball, Elena Harrison puts the ball over Allie Cummins' head, but the center fielder really alertly comes in and gets Carter trying to advance to third. Coach Muff doesn't like the call.
I think
she missed the tag, but either way, I mean. The throw
I'm
was
not sure if
definitely
she's arguing the tag, Eric, or if she's arguing what happened at first base. I don't know if we have that on camera, but it looks like maybe she was interfered with at first base.
We got the tag at third.
Yeah, let's watch the tag at third first.
Guys in the truck all over this.
So Carter gets a little late
break,
jump.
and she looked at it. That'll slow you down. Slide. That looks like it got her.
Yeah.
Barely, but it got her. So good defensive play by West to cut this down a little bit. Coach Muff puts a substitute in for Harrison. Holland Tolliver, another good softball player with good speed. Makes sense. Good decision by Coach Muff. It's important to get as many runs as you can. You have 2 outs now. Zoe Bishop, the batter. And she reports in the runner. And I think we just lost everything. Yeah, we're back, I think.
So Sydney Carter, Mason's had a few base running mistakes this season. I don't know if you call it a mistake. She could have held there at second, right? You know, with the center fielder coming in that close. She could have held because she wasn't being forced anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not going to be mean. I'm just going to say, I guarantee your mother's going to say, what were you looking at the ball for? It slowed you down that split second. That's what I think they'll say. I could be wrong.
Again, Holland Tolliver comes over and she's off the bag for the out. Wow. So Holland Tolliver probably would have been safe. I don't know if Cummins actually made the tag, but she slides past second base.
He did not call her out until afterwards, so I think she was safe at first.
Here's the replay. Tolliver slides past it, but Cummins comes up and does tag her before she's able to get back to the bag for the out. So that's the third out. However, Mason Comets get a clutch hit by a freshman here up over the left fielder's head for the double. Scores Olivia Popovich to take the lead. So here we are at the end of the 6th, moving to the top of the 7th with number 9, 1, 2, 3 coming up.
Yep.
So if the Comets are able to hold them here without damage, we should be in good shape. So again,
and if we have to get back to the Comets, we have Zoe Bishop leading off there. So it's a good situation, both teams. It's a competitive game. I think you certainly want to be the Comets up 1 run here.
Yep, and defensively, the Comets are going to set up the same way they have the entire game. No changes there.
Eric, I'm not going to belabor the point too much, but going back, I mentioned Sydney's mother. She coaches the Ohio Hawks summer team, and if she can see her looking at that ball, I think she will say that she should have broke sooner. And as close as it was down there at third base, that could have been the difference. But you got to give West credit for getting on the ball quickly, making a good throw over to third and getting her out. Let's not lose sight of that as well. The board starts off the 7th with a strike.
So here it is, Taylor Williams, the number 9 hitter, stepping in. Lakota West needing a run to tie this thing to game, or at least one run to tie this thing and push it into the bottom of the 7th. Stay alive here.
Eric, I'm sure the Comets know they have to work here. I mean, even if you do get this lead off out, and there's a nice high ball. She's got her. See, we talked about it. It's off the fence. Okay, she's going to say, hey, Mr. Buffenbarger, eat your words. I was talking about the Comets like to see the 9 hitter come up. She jacks one off the fence for a double.
This is a huge hit. Lead-off double in the number 9 spot here, and it's going to bring up the top of the order. She steps in opposite field and absolutely crushes this ball. Zoe kind of stumbles a little bit. She's not able to get her feet under. Ball hits off the fence and definitely gets her second base. So they're going to bring in a pinch runner for her.
And again, uncharacteristic of Katie DeBoard, up in the zone and across the middle of the plate. And that's what allows Williams to drive that ball to left field. Give her credit, great hit.
The trouble coming in, the leadoff hitter gets a double. Runner in scoring position for Casey Bramble, the leadoff hitter. We've seen some battles here with
Comets
DeBoard and Bramble here earlier in the game.
It's been that way, and she's getting ready to bunt to sacrifice here. To me, don't get pressed on that. Go do your pitching, let her bunt, make the play. She checked the bunt and went for a swing. I'm not so worried if she bunts myself. You get the out, you got one out, runner on third, work from there. Have to be smart, make the right play. O'Brien's back.
Foul ball for strike 2. This is a big at bat here. The Comets can retire this runner and it changes the complexion of things. They're a bit fatter here.
Well, what you have to do is you have to look out a couple batters. I mean, all these, as we've seen already, all of these girls hit, but you have to be aware of what's looming in the 3-hole for Lakota West. Or should I say?
Ball gets away from Rieger, and Williams is going to take third.
Call that a pass ball on the catcher. I didn't see that to be a wild pitch, but I have to admit, tough to tell from our angle, the ump and the catcher there, but it looked like a pass ball.
Yeah, Williams did stay in the game there. I thought they subbed her out, but no, she stayed on the game. And that leadoff double, now she's standing there on third base. And a line shot to right center. Olivia Popovich makes the grab, but we're going to... That sacrifice fly scores a run. And
great job by Bramble. Great job by Bramble to make that catch, but lost in the fact that they scored a run was great tracking by Olivia out in center field. She slid over it. That, to me, looked like a double off the bat. Popovich moves over, makes the catch. You have one out. We have a tie ball game here.
And Alyssa Schreiner, the third baseman, steps in. One out. Tie ball game, and another big line shot. That's going to be out of here.
That was a hard hit ball. DeBoard seems to be working the ball up in the zone right here. She did it to Williams, did it to Schreiner. You can't do it to Lakota West. Well hit ball by Schreiner, and I look down here, and that is her first home run of the season, giving West a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, you can't pick a better time to get your first home run of the season. A solo shot in a tie ball game in the top of the 7th. And Lakota West takes a 4-3 lead with one out, and Allie Cummins, another threat to hit the long ball, stepping in.
Yeah, if you're DeBoard, you're in a difficult situation here. You just gave up a ball off the wall and a home run. They got the lead now, 4-3. However, she's quite good enough to get out of this inning without any more runs, and the Comets are, as we saw on Friday night, are good enough at the plate to plate a run or two for the win, depending on how that works out. So drama unfolding here again at Mason High School tonight, Eric.
Yeah, I can't say enough. I mean, that was a timely hit by Triner there. And that was the run that they needed. So they get 2 here in the top of the 7th. Comets came in with the lead and have given it up. They're going to have to look for some magic here in the bottom of the 7th. But first, they got to get 2 more outs. And a very difficult one here with Allie Cummins. And they're going to go ahead and walk her.
Not a bad decision. Under the circumstances, you don't want them getting any more momentum. And I know Keith Castor right there is saying, hey, they walked her, make him pay for that. You know, and he's talking to Lauren Betts, who's leading the league in several offensive categories, including the RBIs, leading her team in average. Lauren Betts, this is a battle here.
Yeah, the number 4
4-hole hitter. Coach Bell talked to Katie. We'll see what happens here. Okay, it looks like she got back on track with that pitch. Cummins at first, 1 out. Top of the 7th. 0-1 count to Betts. Squares the bunt, holds it back. 1-1. Interesting that she did the fake bunt there in that situation. Didn't look like she had any intention ever to bunt, which is interesting with 0-1. 1-1 count in, I want to say that's strike 2. The umpire gives us a signal. 1-2. So Eric, another interesting situation we'll talk about in between innings. These teams play tonight and tomorrow night. And both teams sit atop the top of the GMC conference. So big night in terms of the season champion, GMC champion. I'm sure both teams want to get the first win in the record book.
Yeah, give credit to the board here. She gives up the home run, but she's in here firing away. And she's got a 2-2 count now against the number 4 hitter in Lauren Betts. So the 2-2 count and fired down the line.
That's a great
Tori
play.
O'Brien
That's a great
makes a
play.
Fantastic play right on the line. I mean, that one gets through. That's dangerous. That puts Allie Cummins on 3rd. But Tori O'Brien able to come up with it, makes a great play and a nice throw. And there's some great sportsmanship by Coach Kastner here, giving her the knuckles here. What a great throw by Tori O'Brien. There's 2 outs now.
Great grab to her backhand side, throw one to first, and Eric, that potentially could have plated Cummins because that was down the line. Depends on how hard it was hit. Tough to tell, but it looked like it was hit pretty hard.
It was hit pretty hard. I think that one gets there. I believe Zoe would have gotten over to it and potentially would have held Allie, but you never know. Thankfully, O'Brien makes the play, and we won't have to figure that or have to find out.
1-0 pitch into Wesley. Again, Wesley, the Wright State commit. Another challenge at the plate. 2 outs. Ball 3. Wesley hitting in the 5-hole. Again, you have a base open here with Wesley. Don't give her anything. And she did. Outside corner. Definitely don't want to make a mistake here. You have a base open. 3-1 count from the board. Swung on and missed. Same place, outside corner. Another battle here, another full count. We've had several of those here tonight. 2 outs, full count, 2 down. Swung on foul. That should be caught by Harrison.
No, she's not able to get over to it.
Out of play.
It's out of play anyway. She's worried about the camera over there.
Okay, the camera is out of play, but I can't see the fence. I can't see the out of play.
Come on, Coach, I didn't even
dugout,
move.
so. Again, full count. It's a battle again. DeBoard. The pitch into Wesley. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's a big out. But West plates 2 runs in the top of the 7th to take a 4-3 lead. Eric, have we been here before?
We have been here before. Let's see if the Comets can come up with another late inning magic. We're going to lead off here with Zoe Bishop, Allie Weekly, and then Abby Mullins here.
Yeah, unlikely to happen the way it did last Friday. You have Zoe leading off the inning, down 1. They are down 1, bottom of the 7th. Same situation there as against East on Friday night. And you know the interesting thing, we were looking back here at the scores from last year. Mason had beat West both times they played them last year, and both games were in extra innings. That's interesting, but that's looming. The score of both games was 4-3. So let's hope that's not the score of this year's game. We need it to at least be 5-4 Mason.
Yeah, well, it's important here that Zoe Bishop at least to get on base somehow, some way, walk, hit, whatever it takes. We need base runners now.
So here's the situation. We saw this the other night again. Mason started off hot in the 7th inning. You have Stephanie Maldonado, first-year varsity starter. We haven't probably spoken enough about Stephanie tonight. She's kept the Comets in check for most of the game. Been effective using her rise ball and her changeup, as we talked about earlier. Let's see where Maldonado goes with Bishop. Top of the 7th or bottom of the 7th. Mason down 1, nobody out. Hard hit ball to Weekly. Or to Cummins. I get my alleys mixed up. Sorry about that to both alleys. But I think Allie Cummins made her one mistake of the night. She's not going to let that happen again. 1 out. Allie Weekly to the plate.
Now batting for the Comets, shortstop number 9.
Looking down beyond Allie, you have Hannah Lee, Abby Mullins, and Grace Rieger. Again, Comets capable of scoring in that lineup, but if you're West, you definitely want to start off with the leadoff out against Bishop. So 1 out, bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, getting that leadoff batter was huge for West.
Pitch in a Weekly, high. It's that rise ball again. Until the ump, especially down late innings, until that ump starts calling that, I think you got to watch it. 2-0 pitch into Weekly.
Fouls 1 back, 2 balls, 1 strike.
So I know everybody has a little different philosophy on their games, and seeing that it's 2-0 late in the game, down 1, I'm probably not swinging until she gives me the meatball down the middle of the plate, if I'm swinging at all until she throws a strike. But being aggressive, nobody ever argued about that. That's going to be fouled out into the west side of it. What a nice catch by, barehanded catch by a young man out there. Good job.
Draws roars from the crowd. That's a nice play.
I see replay.
He made that look easy. High foul ball over the fence into the stands, and what do you think? What, he maybe about 10 years old?
Pressure situation, everyone watching him. Great play.
Nailed it. 2-2 pitch into Weekly. He swung on and fouled. Again, that's that rise ball was up in the zone. I know anything close you want to swing. I think that's ball 3.
Well, Weekly being aggressive here. 2-2 count with 1 out, down a run, bottom of the 7th. Comets need some magic.
Swung on, popped up to left field. She's in.
Oh,
she drops it.
It
is a foul ball. I think she was standing. In foul territory. We'll probably get that replay, and the ball dropped in foul territory. So a break there for Weekly.
Yeah, big break for the Comets there. I mean, this ball flying up there, she just lost concentration. She was right under it.
Maldonado yelling out to the left fielder, no problem. Don't worry, let's get this
Oh, they call a foul.
That's the way a pitcher needs to act, right there. Support your team.
Didn't the girl
They're going to make mistakes sometimes, but you can't get down on them. And she looks like she's keeping her wits about her, and good poise there from Maldonado.
Oh, this one goes deep to center field. The center fielder Lauren Betts underneath that for the 2nd out, and the Comets running out of time and running out of chances. The senior, Hannah Lee, is going to step in here.
Number 5, Hannah.
With 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Looking for some magic here out of Hannah Lee. Hannah can take the ball deep. We've seen her do it.
Oh, yeah. She's strong. She's a strong one. outside, 1-0. Hannah, she'll be patient at the plate too. Not going to swing at anything bad early in the count. 1-0 pitch into Lee. Swung on. Foul off into the stands. 1-1. Comets down to their last out. 4-3 ball game. I think we're going to see an eruption either way. It's fouled off again. 1-2.
Well, regardless of the outcome here, a great battle between both these teams. Both of them played some great ball. Very few mistakes in the game. See if West is able to close this out.
Rise ball, change up. Foul off again.
Annalise still alive.
Working her in. Annalise jammed up on that one a little bit, but I think she has to foul that pitch off. Too close to let that one go by. 1-2. Maldonado pitches. Inside. Looked like a hitter. It's close. 2-2. As we said earlier, Annalise will not give up that inside.
Fouled another one back. Hey,
He's
battling for sure.
Nah, so I wish it had.
So it doesn't look like Maldonado's, at least not yet, has gone to the changeup here. Keeping up her pitches with some speed here. Not able to tell all. Here's the 2-2. There it was. There it was. Ball outside. 3-2. So here we go. 3-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. The payoff. Ball
High
fair.
ball.
Hannah Lee, good at bat, battles, fouls off a few close pitches, keeps herself alive. Runner on first base, Eric.
So the Comets still clinging to life here, deep in the game here, bottom of the 7th.
Nothing is behind you.
Maldonado's defense is just telling her, hey, settle in here. Now, Abby Mullins, the speedster. Let's see if she ran one out earlier for a single. Let's see if she can do that again.
Yeah, we'll see what her approach is here. Ball outside. Third baseman's in. Abby Mullins reading it. She's in. First baseman staying back. Second baseman staying back. They're not attacking. They're bringing first. There you go. And that goes to the pitcher. That's going to be on to. She throws
safe,
it
and she
away.
throws it away. Hannah Lee's going to come around to score, and this game is tied.
I think they're going to call that one out of play, Eric, and I think we're going to have runners at second and third.
Yeah.
I can't tell where the line is down there, but it looks to me like they're talking about it. And
umpire's talking it over.
And let's see what he says. Runner at first. Right now, Hannah Lee did smart move by Lee, and they're going to move him to second and third.
Second
Okay,
and
still
third.
an
So they're
interesting
gonna say-
situation,
yep.
Eric. You have Rieger up. Okay, Rieger has struggled a little bit to play tonight, but a good hitter, and she has hit a couple balls hard foul. Runners at second and third.
Do we know why?
2 outs, bottom of the 7th, Mason down 1. Now we're getting back to familiar territory again.
This is exactly the situation they had last night. They were down a run, bottom of the 7th, runners on first and second, as you said, looking for a big hit. Now you've got a speedster, Abby Mullins, on second, so you figure a single here definitely plates Rieger. Depending on what kind of jump Abby Mullins gets, how deep the
Eric,
ball is.
if you look at this, if it's a hit, you have the outfielders are very deep. A base hit's going to score that runner from second, especially Abby Mullins. She should be breaking on the crack of the bat as long as it's not right in front of her. So as deep as they are, any hit by Rieger into the outfield is going to plate 2. It's going to be a fly ball to right field, dropping in, and she catches it. Second baseman makes a nice job going back. I'm going to look at that. That's Taylor Williams going back on the ball for a game-saving catch. And the right fielder was coming in. They tripped after the fact, but Taylor holds on to the ball and preserves the win for Lakota West. So another great finish, another 4-3 game between Mason and Lakota West. Again, a lot of exciting plays. Eric, any recap from you?
Yeah, no, Lakota West just makes some amazing plays here. There's a diving catch in right field earlier with Mason exploded to save the game. Now we have a game-winning catch at the end here. They got the home run by Olivia Schreiner. Give all the credit to Lakota West, who played an amazing game. Definitely deserved the win here. They came up with a big play that Thomas just didn't. But we're looking forward to another battle tomorrow. This one was this close. This one could have gone either way. Of course, it went Lakota's West way today. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
I want to thank our guys at ICRC TV for coming out to Mason tonight. We had a game last Friday. We have our game tonight. Talking with their production crew and their directors, it looks like we'll be maybe back together in the playoffs unless they get with us sooner than that. But we'll try to do another Mason High School playoff softball game a little later in the season. So we want to thank everybody for listening. Thank the ICRC TV crew as well as our camera operators today. From Mason High School, another great game. Thanks for listening.